What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and it's that time of year again. About 3 or 4 times a year, we crack open some new Magic the Gathering cards. This is the latest set, Dragons of Tarkir. And I'm doing this live on Twitch as always, but of course I'm going to import at least one unboxing to YouTube, maybe 2. I love doing this every time a new set comes out because I'm heavily addicted to this game. But it is very expensive, and that's why, as usual, we have the same sponsor we always have, a fellow YouTuber by the name of MTG Headquarters. And in the description box below, I'm going to link his channel. If you enjoy my unboxing, you'll enjoy his as well. He's also unboxing some Dragons of Tarkir, and you can watch that on his channel. He's also got a Kickstarter going right now that I think is really interesting, and you know me, I don't really give shout-outs to Kickstarters. But it is an app that allows you to meet fellow geeks in your area, match you up by the board games or the card games that you like to play, and he's looking to get that funded. There's a Kickstarter link in the description box below. If that's something you would be interested in and funding that and getting the perks of that, check it out. At least just click the link, check it out, maybe go watch one of those videos, either one of those you do. But I will tell you that Kickstarter is about halfway done. They've got just a few days left to finish it. They could use your help if you'd like to see that app exist. I would like to see that app exist. I'm backing it, and I hope that you guys choose to do so as well. But that helps me pay for these very expensive boxes when you check out those things, and I hope that you choose to do so. That said, I'm doing this here on Twitch, and I'm going to get started cracking. If I described that Kickstarter wrong, and I didn't do a very good job of it, by the way, do me a favor. Check it out. I promise you, you're going to be glad that you did. So, I know it looks a little blurry right now. Let me explain to you why. The reason I have it blurry is so that the focus is on the card. So if it's blurry right now, I apologize. I am going to open this box of Dragons of Tarkir. The other one will get open tonight on Twitch. I don't know that it'll make YouTube, but you can always visit my Twitch channel and see the broadcast in its entirety. So 36 packs to crack. If you're unfamiliar with Magic the Gathering, don't forget, by the way, it's super easy to go out and learn to play the game. You can go to your local gaming store and learn to play. You can find cards at most major retailers all across this wonderful world of ours. Chances are somewhere in your community that plays Magic. You can also buy just a couple starter decks and start with your friends, or you can download Magic 2015, 2014, or 2013. I think there's a 2012 for cheap or close to free on most devices, Steam, most consoles. It's available to play. Learning to play electronically is a great way. I will warn you, it can be an expensive hobby. That's why I very rarely take sponsors. You guys know that, but I do it here. Here we go. For those of you who are new to the game, I will show you the anatomy of a pack so that you'll understand why I only skip to certain cards in the pack. First part of the pack is going to have a set of commons. So here we have, and you can tell by the symbol here, the black symbol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to be getting a lot of commons out of my box. I'm certainly going to get a playset of every common, so that I'm not interested in the commons. I also get 3 uncommons here. I will be setting the uncommons aside to be sorted later. What I'm mostly interested in these boxes is the rare. And here's the rare out of this box. Shore Crasher Elemental. Now it's a 3/3 for 3 mana. Top right corner's got the casting cost there. It's going to cost you 3 blue to play. It is a creature elemental, and its rarity is Mythic. So sometimes in the rare slot you will pull a Mythic. We have a Mythic card. For 1 blue, you can exile it, then return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. For 1 mana, you can swap its power and toughness either way you like. So you can make it a 2/4, a 1/5. I mean, you literally go crazy with it. And it has the Megamorph ability, meaning if it comes into play face down, as it would for that 1 blue, you can spend 5 mana to flip it over. It gets +1/+1 counter. Megamorph is new for the set. It's just a variation of Morph. This is a very good start. This card, I expect to see a reasonable amount of play in any very heavily strong blue decks or mono blue decks. I'm probably pretty sure it'll see play in Commander as well. This is a solid finisher. So, very good start to the box. I don't play a lot of blue. People know that about me probably by now. So from here on out, I'm going to go right to the rares. Also, sometimes you'll get a premium card. Some people call them foils. Some people call them holos. I call them foils. This guy is just a foil version of a common. And I like to take a moment to look at the foils, even if I'm not going to play with that foil, just because I love the foiling process. One of the best parts of this game, of course, is the art. And that's one of the reasons I've collected. Oh, wow. That's nice. This set is Dragons of Tarkir, so there are quite a few dragons in it. The set is dragon-themed. This is one of the dragons. This is Dragon Lord Kolaghan. For 4 mana, a black and a red. It is, of course, a mythic as well. It's a 6/5 flying haste for 6 mana, legendary creature, Elder Dragon. Well, they don't mess around. When they use Elder Dragon on a card, you can expect that card to be pretty damn good. And this card is pretty good. 6 casting cost, 6/5 flying haste. Other creatures you control have haste. So everything has haste. When an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker spell with the same name as a card in his or her graveyard, that player loses 10 life. That last line doesn't mean anything, honestly. It's still super nuts. This is a great commander. It's going to finish as a commander all the time. I love that card. That is just a very, very good dragon. I enjoy that card immensely. Good box so far. We're starting strong. Hope we keep it up. Yeah, hope we keep the momentum. Here is Blood Chin Fanatic. Sacrifice another warrior creature. Target player loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. 3 casting cost, 3/3 for 3. 3/3 for 3 mana, decent. The fact that you can sacrifice another warrior, warrior tribal is where this belongs. If it belongs there, I don't know that it'll be pushed enough to play, but I mean, a 3/3 for 3 is good. Warrior tribal is probably a thing for a little while in Standard. We'll have to see. Here we have Stratis Dancer. 2 casting cost, 2/1 flying. Has the Megamorph ability. And when it's turned face up, counter target instant or sorcery spell. Basically Willbender. I mean, this is basically Willbender, right? Willbender saw play. So will this see play? Probably. I mean, I guess Willbender did not counter, actually. Willbender redirected a spell, right? It didn't counter. Still, a decent okay card. Here's a foil. We have the Aven Sunstriker. 3 casting cost, 1/1 flying. Double strike, Megamorph. Limited fodder. Deathbringer Regent. 7 casting cost, 5/6 flyer. When Deathbringer Regent enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, and there are 5 or more other creatures on the battlefield, destroy all other creatures. It has to come from your hand, so it can't come out of the graveyard. Not a great card because of that, but still amusing. I think there'll be some decks that will call for that. Probably not in Legacy or anything like that, but maybe Standard. But again, it's okay. If you could have pulled that out of the graveyard to do that, it'd be a very decent card, though. But not the case. Here's another dragon. Thunderbreak Regent. Flying, whenever a dragon you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, this deals 3 damage to that player. 4 casting cost, 4/4. Alright, that's already good enough to get me excited. Flying in red is pretty rare. So, I mean, it's not that rare, but it's a lot rarer than it is in other colors. Whenever a dragon you control becomes the target of a spell or ability, I mean, it's all upside. That dude is all upside. Often in Magic, the 4 slot in Standard especially is kind of glutted. It's difficult to find, pick the right 4-drop. He might be the right 4-drop. It would definitely be if he had haste. Here's a foil uncommon. Corsi Deceiver. I mean, that's a weird card. Definitely a wonderful enabler for... Well, here's the nuts. Here's a card. Sarkhan Unbroken. 2 mana. 1 green, 1 blue, 1 red. 4 mana loyalty for 5 mana. That's good. Draw a card, then add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Helps you get more cards, helps you play the cards you get. Insane. Put a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Makes dragons, protects himself with those dragons. -8, search your library for any number of dragon cards, creature cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. This guy is insane. That dude is nuts. That dude is nuts. I'm just telling you right now. That is absolutely nuts. Good card. Well, we've gotten a lot of mythics and a lot of foils. This box is coming along pretty crazy so far. Let's hope it can hold up. Obscuring Ether. 1 green enchantment. Face down creature spells you cast cost 1 less to play. And you can use this to turn Obscuring Ether face down. So it becomes a 2/2 creature. I did not even see this card before. So now I'm evaluating it for the first time. And I have to say, this is a great enabler for the Morph deck. I don't know that there is a Morph deck, but if there is, this will enable it. And it itself is for 3 mana at 2. Well, I don't really know. That's one of those cards that keep you guessing. For sure, you know? Huh. Scion of Ugin. Dragon Spirit, 4/4/6. This is an interesting uncommon. And it is, in fact, colorless, isn't it? It's just a 6 casting cost, 4/4 flying colors. It's not an artifact. Huh. Wow. Was that in Eldrazi or no? I don't know. Staying on black-red theme for this box. Boltwing Marauder. 5 casting cost, 5/4 flying dragon. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0 till end of turn. So he definitely leads the charge there. Not a bad little dragon, honestly. He definitely has a way to pump guys. If the thing has haste, he can give it to itself. I mean, interesting. Arashan Sovereign. 7 casting cost, 6/6 flying dragon. When this dies, you may put it on top of or bottom of its owner's library. Recursion is strong. Drawing this guy over and over again, playing him over and over again is decent. Don't know that he'll find a home, but I could see him tearing up the casual tables every day. Volcanic Vision. 5/7 mana, so, I mean, you better win with this card. 7 mana, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Vision deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to each creature your opponents control. Exile this. Huh. Well, that's... You're probably going to win when you play that. I don't know how often people will ever play that card, but... For those who are asking $90 a box, where you should get a good relationship with your local gaming store. If you buy in bulk, they'll often hook you up, especially if you're a good customer for that local gaming store. And I highly recommend you find your local gaming store and to support them. My local gaming store of choice right now is Gear in Fayetteville. Feel free to stop by there. I'm there on Friday nights pretty often, and tell them I said hello. Illusory Games. 5 mana for an enchantment or enchant creature. You control an enchanted creature. Alright, so it's mind control. But it's a limited mind control at rare. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, attach this to that creature. I see this as a very fun card for Commander. Otherwise a bulk rare. You can get a better version of that ability for as cheap as 4 mana. Berserker's Onslaught. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. I like this card, but I mostly like the proper pluralization of Berserkers. Honestly, that's my favorite part. I see you guys have set slow mode to a lot. That's a little much. Radiant Purge. 2 mana. Instant exile target multicolor creature or multicolor enchantment. Now, if you are watching this during the current standard, this may as well just say exile target Rhino. I mean, really. Still, good card. Very good card. But right now, that card is clearly there for one major reason. To deal with that stupid Rhino. Great sideboard card. Here we have the White Dragon. 5 mana, 4/3 flying. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sunscorch Regent, and you gain 1 life. Interesting. Here we go. The command cycle. Very powerful cycle in this set. This command, not bad. 3 mana. And allows you to choose 2 of these 4 different abilities. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card. Destroy target artifact, or this deals 2 damage to target creature player. So 3 mana for any one of these effects is not great. 3 mana to choose any one of these effects is okay. 3 mana to get to choose 2 is pretty good. And what's very important about this ability is it is an instant. Which allows you to do instant speed discard. This can basically be time walk. I mean, not a partial time walk. In that on their draw step, after they draw the card, forcing them to discard it before they get to play it, in case it's a creature, a sorcery, or anything that they can't play at speed of an instant. Very, very, I mean, just decent. Not the best command, but definitely one of the better ones. I don't know which the best command is yet. We may have to decide tonight. For those asking, yes, the Rhino I'm talking about is Siege Rhino. Stupid Siege Rhino. Ah, here we go. Another Mythic, Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. I don't remember if this guy's any good or not. 3 casting cost 2/3, creature, human, shaman. Tap to add 2 mana and any combination of colors to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Alright, that's pretty reasonable. He also has Formidable, which is an ability a lot of people think is not very good. I'm not sure how I feel, but at 9, 10, 11 total mana, 10 mana and tap, each player's life total becomes the number of creatures he or she controls. Activate this ability only if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. So it's ramp. If you've got the ramp deck and you've got the 11 mana, you can win the game because it's basically biorhythm built into a creature. It says biorhythm on a stick. I mean, he's cool. I don't know how to evaluate him, so curious as to what you guys think. Yeah, this box is nuts. I think we're up to 4 Mythics. I do not expect another Mythic. Hedonist's Trove. 7 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile all cards from target opponent's graveyard. You may play land cards exiled with this with Trove. You may cast non-land cards exiled with this. You can't cast more than 1 spell this way each turn. That is what? Exile all cards from target opponent's graveyard. And then you can play those cards. Definitely seems really good for Commander or EDH. Can we go back to calling it EDH now that they printed more Elder Dragon Highlanders? Or Elder Dragons? What a weird card. Here we have the Profaner of the Dead. 4 casting cost 3/3 exploit. And this means whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. Whenever a Profaner of the Dead exploits a creature, return to their owner's hands all creatures your opponents control with toughness less than the exploited creature's cost. Well, I did find out during the pre-release that you can exploit the same creature. You may sacrifice a creature, not another creature. So you can play this and sacrifice it. So 4 mana, return everything your opponent controls with 3 or less. Love the art. Just beautifully sick art. And it's a Naga. I know lots of jokes about that, but I'm not going to make any of them because they'll end up on Reddit. Let's see what else. We have Dragon Lord Ojutai. 5 casting cost, 5/4. Of course, another Mythic here, because why not? Flying, Dragon Lord Ojutai has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Whenever Dragon Lord Ojutai deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay, so 5 casting cost, 5/4 flying. Hexproof while untapped is decent. A mini version of Impulse on a stick. When he damages a player, decent. This card does a lot. I don't think he's like going to be like a tournament stable. He's like a Siege Rhino, but he does a lot. Fuss Rodaw indeed. Here is the Necromancer Dragon, 5 casting cost 4/4. A flyer. Whenever this dragon deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2. If you do, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield, and each opponent puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into hers or her graveyard. So this guy mills. He makes zombies to protect you while you're milling. Milling is not a strategy that you see very often, and it's not a great one, but it is a way to play. And some people just enjoy doing it for the sake of doing it. This guy will help you do it. You know? Mill has not really been a thing in Standard for a really long time. But it's a fun Friday night choice. Den Protector, 2 mana for a 2/1. Creatures with power less than Den Protector cannot block it. Megamorph for 2. And when Den Protector is turned face up, return target creature or target card from your graveyard to your hand. So he's Regrowth on a stick for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total mana. And then he'll also be a 3/2 that sticks around that has a form of evasion. Seems like it does a lot of work, honestly. Green Aggro GoPro, somebody says in chat. Very reasonable way to assess it. Culligan Stormsinger, 1 for a 1/1 haste Megamorph, and if you flip him over, a weird foil. Not a great card, I don't think. The Arashan Foremost, 3 casting cost 2/2 double strike. That's always enough for Standard most of the time. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, another target warrior creature you control gains double strike until the end of turn. Looks like warrior tribal is a thing. I like little aggro dudes like that. This box is definitely holding its weight, and I know a lot of things about holding your weight. Haha, fat Turk. Collected Company, 4 casting cost instant. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Wow. That seems pretty good. I mean, 6 cards, you're probably going to hit 2 creatures. If it's pretty creaturey. Maybe elves. Maybe that's the right card in some elf enabler there. Foe Razor Regent, 7 mana for a 4/5. Flying. When this enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Whenever a creature you control fights, put 2 +1/+1 counters on top or on it at the beginning of the next end step. So if it lives, it grows. A little expensive, but pretty decent. Could be seen in a ramp thing. Living Lore. 4 mana for an star. As Living Lore enters the battlefield, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Living Lore's power and toughness are each equal to the exiled card's converted mana cost. Whenever Living Lore deals combat damage, you may sacrifice it. If you do, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. What a very weird card, and that art is just weird. Just what? Weird. I'm not even sure I fully understand that card. Here we go. There's Zergo Bellstriker. Very, very different from Zergo Hellsmasher. Very pushed card, though, with a 1 red for a 2/2. He cannot block. Can't block creatures with power 2 or greater. And dash for red 1. Well, Swazi, this one's for you if you're in the chat. I know that you are. He also dashes for 2 mana. What more do you want a red 1-drop to do? I mean, obviously, it doesn't have haste, but it has dash haste, which it can be pretty damn useful in a lot of different situations. I like that guy. He needs more cowbell. He's got to ring that bell. We have Secure the Wastes. Secure my waist. Put X 1/1 white warrior creature tokens onto the battlefield for a white and X. Instant speed. That's what makes this card important. So you're playing white weenie. You don't want to overextend. Your opponent wipes the board at 4 or 5 mana, depending on what spell they use to wipe the board. You then dump a bunch of dudes out, probably 3 or 4 of them with this card at instant speed. You untap, you buff them, and you win. That's the Magical Christmas Land version. So, decent token enabler. Decent token creator. Here we have Sandsteps Scavenger, 5 casting cost 4/4. That's just another janky foil for commons and uncommons. Sidisi, Undead Vizier, 5 casting cost 4/6 Death Touch, legendary creature here with exploit. When this exploits a creature, you may search your library for a card, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your library. So she can exploit herself and just be a 5-mana tutor. She can also exploit any other creature and still tutor. So, I mean, interesting ability. And you can also just play as a 4/6 Death Touch. Up to you. Here's a very interesting card, one that I enjoy greatly. Just the concept of it is very nice. Myth Realized. 1 white for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter on this. For 3 mana, you can put a lore counter on this. And for a white, until the end of turn, it becomes a monk avatar creature in addition to its other types, and gains this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lore counters on it. I think there's a deck that can be built around this card. I'm sure that there is. This could go in a control deck that runs a lot of non-creature spells. That's decent for sure. The place that I would like to see this is in a token build. I mean, this is probably janky for sure, but you could build with a dragon fodder and Hordling Outburst, and even the white card we just opened, using those cards, which are non-creature spells that make creatures, would pump this guy, and then he's a decent finisher after that point. So, he probably lives in control. I just like aggro way more than I like control. But I would like to fit him into aggro. Aggro. Oh, it's time to get our Foul Renewal. 4 mana for an instant. Return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. Target creature gets -X/-X until the end of turn, where X is the toughness of the card returned this way. How is this card not uncommon? I guess the instant speed or whatever? But, alright, that's the thing. I'm probably hugely undervaluing that card. But I don't think so. Next up, here's a foil rare, Surik the Hunt Caller. Has Formidable. At the beginning of your combat of your turn, if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until the end of turn. 4 casting cost 5/4. So you can play him pre-combat. As long as you have something with 3 power on the board, he can get haste. Then every creature after that has haste, as long as they get you back up to 8. And it's foil, and I like that card. Surik is sweet. We also have a non-foil rare in this pack. Corpse Weft. Yeah. 3 casting cost enchantment. For black and 1, exile 1 or more creature cards from your graveyard. Put an XX zombie creature, horror creature token onto the battlefield tapped, where X is twice the number of cards exiled this way. This isn't sorcery speed, so you can do it at the end of your opponent's turn, where they have way less chance of being able to deal with it. Not going to be able to do it too terribly often, but how often will you really need to do that? Just probably once. Get a big guy and kill him. We have a few packs left. People like it when I punish packs, so when we get to these last 2 packs, I will get them good and punished. This box has been very good to me. Here we go. Dromoka's command. 1 green, 1 white, instant. Okay, you already have my attention now. Choose 2. Prevent all damage target instant or sorcery with deal this turn. Target player sacrifices an enchantment. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Whew, that's a good one. Is that the best command? Because that's got a lot of modes, man. Most likely preventing damage. Wow. Well, that seems like a solid sideboard card. It's probably not the best command, honestly. Probably not the best command. If somebody says red-green is the best command. Well, we haven't opened it. Hopefully we'll get it next. But not here. Dragon Lord's prerogative. That's my prerogative. Banana Dragon Lord. Weird art. I can't really make out that art. Is that like a harpy or is that a dragon? What the hell's going on? Somebody tell me what that art is. As an additional cost to Dragon Lord's prerogative, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. If you revealed a dragon card or control a dragon as you cast this, Dragon Lord's prerogative cannot be countered. Draw 4 cards. 6 mana, draw 4 cards. Can't be countered if certain conditions are met. Weird. All right. Time to punish that pack. Punish that pack. Oh, crap. It split. Wow. Stupid pack. Stupid pack. Be better. Be good cards. I can't even be mad at this box, honestly. I cannot even be mad at this box. Here we go. Damnable Pack is our rare. X and black. Target player draws X cards and loses X life. This is a powerful card. It's a fireball that'll kill your opponent sometimes if they have X life, as much life as you do mana. It's a bunch of cards. 4 mana you'll draw 2 cards. 5 mana you'll draw 3 cards. Sorcery speed. So, final pack for this incredible box. You're a dirty pack. You're a dirty, slutty pack. You're the worst pack. I'm going to put you under my butt. I sat on it for just a second. And here we go. We did get a foil out of it. Dromoka Dunecaster. But finally... Oh, our last rare is very good. Death Mist Raptor, 3 mana for a 3/3 Death Touch. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you may have the raptor... you may return the raptor from your graveyard to the battlefield face up or face down. Also has Megamorph. Recursion does it all. 3/3 for 3. That's a good card. That's a good card. I like that card. What a crazy good box. What a crazy good box. By the way, guys, I want to remind you that this box was paid for by MTG Headquarters, a fellow YouTuber and a fellow Magic fanatic. He is currently working to get both his channel up and running, as well as his Kickstarter. Kickstarter for an app that allows you to meet local people in your area who are interested in gaming, arrange your meeting by the type of game you like to play. It's a perfect opportunity to get to know local gamers, and they're halfway to being funded right now. My mods will be posting the link right here in the chat if you're watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be in the dibbly-doo, the description box down below. Please check it out. Please consider funding it, because I think that kind of app would be super fun. It's a great way for gamers who are naturally introverted to meet other gamers to game with, and that's awesome. Not every town's got a good local gaming store that people feel comfortable in. But look at this box. Look at this box. We got Surak. Or Sarkin. Surak. The Raptor. 2 of the commands. Oh my god, this box is so good. Wow, what a good box. Look at that. Let's reminisce about the box we just opened and how awesome it was. 2 legendary Elder Dragons. Just... Well, the rest of my boxes can't be that good. So I'm now going to retire from Magic forever. Or maybe we'll just open another box live here on Twitch. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. Maybe we'll upload another unboxing soon. Maybe I'll do a second box for over the weekend. Who knows? I love you guys. Speak with you soon.